I think I started making music because I realized that I was emotionally immature and I never really thought about analyzing the way I felt about things. I wanted to feel more, I guess. Dark is a shade, a color, not an emotion. But in music, people use this term a lot. A lot of people think it's melancholic or sad or whatever. Hello? Yes, this is Kelman. Sí, soy Kelman. I make edits of existing music and I rearrange the words and I make my own music to it. I don't want to be just, like I said, the token reggaeton boy or just playing clubs or just playing parties. I actually want people to listen to reggaeton seriously. I think most of the stuff that I do is trying to be critical with the way we use language. The title of the album is 13th Month and it's based on a lunar calendar, which I think a lot of indigenous peoples practice. You tell people that a year is 12 months and you don't think two ways about it. But if you tell someone, hey, you should probably change the way you live according to a moon cycle, some people are gonna be like, that's just not how contemporary society works. That's just not how capitalism works. This is obviously a metaphor, dedicating yourself to an object that you probably don't know much about, is what I mean about being irresponsible. It doesn't work out too well when you take that stuff literally. But I think dedicating yourself to a craft that's irrational. Yeah, I have 3 LPs dedicated to the moon. This will be the 4th one. You become obsessed with things. There were days where if the moon was full, I would stay up all night and see what came out of it. Roots are an interesting thing for me because at one time, I don't think, and this is just my personal opinion, anyone can ever find their roots. The reason for that is because I lived in Dominican Republic, but I was educated in the West. I had a Western education. And I think that not only traumatizes you as a person of color when you're here, but you have to constantly every single day try to remember what not to do. And it's tiring emotionally and physically. And then all of a sudden, you don't want to get up to the point where you're old and you have this fractured identity. I don't want to be there, but I don't want to be here either.
You know what, white people? You had your voice here for 524 years. 524 years you've been visible, white lady. You've been visible for 524 years. Look how fast your white man comes and steps up for you.
I have a long-term project in South Dakota at an Indian reservation, and that project is gonna go on for a lifetime. So I'm just gonna make it with my friends there. It's kind of just documenting random events on a reservation and making sense of them afterwards. I'll give you an example. Last time I was there was January 2016, and we were driving and we got stopped by the cops, and we thought we were done. Seriously. Driving with Native Americans in a car in Nebraska. And he said that there was a hawk flying low next to the car. So when we got back home, he said throw some tobacco out the window for it. He said I knew nothing was gonna happen to us because the hawk was flying low, and usually that means that you're gonna be protected on your journey. And nothing happened to us. We got tickets, which is amazing. Navigating the quote unquote DJ scene or whatever it is has been interesting for me. I still see some hope.